I'm Sharice Chester, your host, and I'm so delighted to have Andre Williams, community activist in the city of Miami Gardens, the president of the Miami Gardens Chamber of Commerce, a real estate attorney. He also owns his own
title company.
His own title company, and we've known each other at more than 20 years. First, I want to start by saying thank you.
It's my pleasure.
I remember, this is bigger than that. I remember when I was transitioning from an office back to my home, and Mr. Andre offered his office space for me to hold meetings. Do you remember that?
Yes.
So let me tell you, when you're a small business and you have friends who support you when you have peaks and valleys, it's a great thing. So on the record, once again, thank you for that. That shows your commitment to small businesses, to friends, and to ensuring that people are able to continue their vision. So tell me why, and I know you've done a zillion things in this community, from farm shares, from supporting church events, for home ownership, being an activist and making sure that people have equal opportunity and equal access to home ownership. Why did you decide to establish a Miami Gardens Chamber?
Well, I think supporting our small businesses is really important to the success of our community. I grew up in Miami Gardens. I love, the idea that we are a newly incorporated city, the largest African American city in the state of Florida. And so I want to provide resources to our local businesses and our residents to help grow their business and really provide a meaningful opportunity for success to folks who may not necessarily participate in the mainstream. I mean, most of us spend most of our working hours, at our business, and the Miami Gardens Chamber was started so we can provide these folks the tools to be successful. We're less focused on business to business networking and communication, and more focused on business to consumer marketing and education, because ultimately that's how you grow your business.
And what does that look like? What does that mean, business to consumer? How do you help the small business make the connection to their target market?
Well, we're going to provide ongoing support. We're going to provide marketing tools, digital marketing services, software management tools, and again, more of an opportunity for folks to connect with consumers in a more organic way, in a much more natural way, and much more affordable way, because we all understand small businesses don't always have large marketing budgets, and they have to get more bang for their buck. So we want to provide that value to big businesses and small businesses economically, so they can grow in Miami Gardens and the surrounding community. We are a multicultural enterprise. So we're just not representing African American owned businesses or businesses owned by people of Caribbean descent. There's a large Latin community in Miami Gardens and in South Florida in general. So we represent the diaspora of businesses in South Florida, and we all want to help them become successful.
What are some of the requirements of joining the Miami Gardens Chamber?
Really, there aren't any requirements. You just need to have a wherewithal and a will to, and the confidence to, and have an entrepreneurial spirit. I mean, you can run a small business out of your home. You don't need a formal brick and mortar. So if you meet all those requirements, you can join our chamber, and we're relaunching our chamber. So you'll see a newly designed website, and we're going to have specific linkages to some of our tools, software, and marketing tools to help you grow your business. It's going to be a lot more user friendly. And again, we want to create an opportunity for people to become more engaged with the community and consumers so they can grow their business. We have businesses on a very large scale, like Bank United is a member. Now, I think you may know, there's no Bank United branch in Miami Gardens, but they understand the value of joining our chamber because they want a footprint in Miami Gardens. We have Dade County Federal Credit Union, they're a member. But we also have a lot of small mom and pop businesses that understand the value of our chamber. And so while we want the support of these large-sized businesses, large-scale businesses, we also want to appeal to these smaller businesses that don't necessarily have the same economies of scale, so they can grow and prosper under the Miami Gardens Chamber of Commerce umbrella. And it's not restricted to businesses just in Miami Gardens. We want to provide value to businesses throughout South Florida.
What do you see in your experience, because I know you've had your own businesses for many years, as the biggest challenge for small business or not being able to capitalize on such a membership? What do you see as the biggest challenge for small businesses?
In my experience, it's lack of education, and I think a lot of people start a small business with great ideas, and maybe there's a great product or or service that they're marketing. They don't know how to brand it, and they don't know how to reach consumers to market their product. And we live in a digital economy, and so if you aren't aware or have knowledge about those marketing and digital services and the branding ability of social media, you're probably not going to be successful, because there's probably someone else, your competitor, who's using those models, and they're going to outpace you, and you're not going to be in business very long.
So once you get the client, the customer, what do you recommend that businesses do to keep the customer? Because I notice sometimes the first engagement with a business, I'm either impressed or concerned about the service. What do you think, or what would you recommend that small businesses do to maintain the customer? Because the goal is to get the customer to return. What do you think? How do you recommend? What do you recommend for small businesses to achieve that?
There was an expression from a movie, "You had me at hello." So that means obviously presentation is important, and you need to approach every customer, big or small, with a high level of professionalism. I'm a real estate attorney by practice, social entrepreneur, but I treat every client, and I have billionaire clients. I treat every client with the same level of professionalism. I pay attention to detail with every one of my clients. They can expect that, and that's the approach the Miami Gardens Chamber wants to obviously impress upon all of our members. You're presenting yourself wherever you are in every venue. And so your presentation to potential client or customer is important, and then maintaining that relationship is also important. I know you're active on social media, as am I. Now, I don't use social media for personal reasons, but I think you've seen a lot of my posts about some of my professional interactions, community engagements, a lot of my clients, and people who are close to me see what I'm doing on a regular basis. So you need to be engaged with your clients on an ongoing basis, even if it's not necessarily related to your product or service that you're providing. They need to hear from you in a professional manner about what you might be doing, or something that might be helpful to them in their personal lives. I also believe in personal engagement with these sorts of folks. Again, that doesn't mean you have to go out for beer and talk sports, but you want a level of engagement with your clients, so that they think about you whenever there is an issue, and you want to be regarded as a problem solver. Yeah, you're providing a specific product or service, but you also want your client to think, well, if I have a problem, and it may be tangentially related to the product or service I can call Andre for advice or guidance, and he might be able to introduce me to someone who might be helpful to me. So it also means broadening your network, okay? And having reliable people who you can trust with a referral, because what you don't want to do is refer someone to someone who you don't have trust or confidence in, and they provide low customer service or bad customer service. That ultimately becomes a reflection of you. So, in sum, my business, my law practice and title company and the chamber are so successful because people have confidence in me. They have confidence in the service that I provide, and they also have confidence in people who I refer to them who might have a service or product that they might be interested in.